Right, hello wine drinking people. Time for more of what I've had to drink yesterday. Our friends from Allegrini Winery in to see us, and these guys also own a winery out on the Tuscan coast, Poggio Tesoro, which is in the area with all of the great properties there. Sassicaia, Ornellaia, Guadaltasso, you know, everybody's got a little piece of dirt over there. Gaia is over there now, and I mean, just amazing the quality of wines you find all over Italy. But, you know, to me, Bulgari is very special and uncharted territory for the most part. I mean, they didn't start producing great wines there until the last century. So most of Italy's got a much longer history of producing great wine. This Vermentino here, one of the white grapes that has become popular in that area. They say this is a unique Corsican clone of Vermentino, and it gives it a little more body and structure, which this wine definitely has. And I get that from the Vermentinos from Bulgari. Really intense fusel mineral notes, almost like a Riesling. Kind of textbook rosemary herbal note showing also with the ripe tree fruit. Nice concentration richness on the palate here with a slightly oily texture almost, but still has that nice minerality, that mineral pop, and that nice long finish for a Vermentino. An excellent example of this varietal from Bulgari at $22 and change. All right, Antonio Valpolicella 2014. This wine, man, a really nice little fruity, almost like Beaujolais Gamay style Valpolicella. It's got all three of the traditional grapes, Corvina, Corvinona, Rodinella, Molinara, and all stainless here. And like I said, really fresh, almost like a bubblegum character to the aroma, sweet herbs, cherries, really nice floral aromas, a little smoky, meaty character coming out on the second day. Really fresh and fruity style Valpolicella, smooth tannins, lovely freshness here. Those floral and herbal notes lasting through the finish, very good. And there's two different prices on this wine depending on how you buy it. Let's see, if you get one case, it's $25, and if you buy two cases, we can sell for $15. $15! Wow, and great little value. All right, didn't have to do too hard of math to figure out what deal to buy on that one. All right, the Allegrini Palazzo della Torre. This wine is a new classic from Verona. Allegrini just produces a bevy of great value here. 30% of the grapes are dried like for Amarone here, and then they crush them and pass them over the the Amarone grapes. They pass over the Valpolicella. It's a different style of secondary fermentation here than what most people do in Valpolicella because the wine has not been fermented yet. So it does go through a secondary fermentation, but a really unique style of production invented at Allegrini. A really dark cherry liqueur-like fruit here, pretty floral notes, some aromas of dried meats there, a nice rich decadent fruit here on the palate, a little bit of touch of sweetness, and maybe that's from this unique style of ripasso that they do here, but lovely black and red berry fruit, round tannins, and pretty floral notes on the finish. Very good juice at $19.99. $20 here, Wine Watch. Allegrini La Polla, and this is mostly Corvina, and this one's got a really distinct bouquet here. This is from a single vineyard, 6.5 acres, and it's on chalk soils in the Liguria vineyard. This one's got like this wildflower, herbs, almost like an elixir kind of quality to it, dried meats, lovely intensity on the nose, a big and voluminous wine on the palate with kind of fine, chalky tannins, nice minerality here, and that meaty character also notice on the finish. And this wine's even better on the second day. It needs some time to open up. Even though it's 09 vintage, this wine has got great structure at $99, a great example of Corvina on its own. All right, the Liguria, this is a big vineyard, 74 acres. They purchased this estate in 1974, the furthest west area in the Valpolicella region. This wine's 80% Corvina, Ossoletta, and Syrah make up the rest of the blend. They're phasing out Syrah. Like so many people that brought in these international varietals in the 90s, they've decided, look, Italy has 2,000 varietals that are unique. Why do we need something like Syrah? Even though all the grapevines originally came from Italy, the Romans brought them to France. Syrah, not typical in this region. Pretty floral and dark spices, some cocoa, a hint of that Play-Doh kind of minerality you get, a little roasted meat character also in the nose. Very ripe and rich wine. This wine's got a good amount of cherry liqueur-like fruit, smooth tannins, that spice and floral nuance lasting through the finish. At $44, Great little Rosso from Verona. And then the Poggio Tesoro back over to Bulgari here. We started there, we're going back, and this is a blend of Bordeaux varietals, Cabernet mostly, Merlot and Cabernet Franc. Very Bordeaux on the nose here. This wine's got that cedar, the herbs, dark currant and cassis fruit, coffee. Nice complexity here on the nose, big and chewy on the palate. This wine's got lovely balance and complexity, though, even though it does have a lot of fruit and some tannins. This wine's got nice freshness, that earthy and herbal character coming through at the end at $65.75. And then the Dedicato a Walter Cabernet Franc. And this is a small area. There's only 44 producers. 8 of them make up 90% of the production. So it's about the size of the Stag's Leap district in Napa, just to give you perspective on Bulgari. This is a 5-acre vineyard, and this wine has got a really typical bouquet of Cabernet Franc. You get that black pepper spice, the violet bouquet, fresh earth, notes of blackberry and blueberry fruit, and espresso, and wow, very big on the palate. Lots of everything, dark berry fruit and tannins, and the violet floral notes, that peppery spice coming through at the end. And this wine is a 2008, but man, still very young and needs time. Most excellent juice at $131. And then the big boy, the Allegrini Amarone, and they have modernized the process of making Amarone at Allegrini. And so they don't get the rot, they don't want the botrytis, they just want pure fruit, and they actually dry it much quicker. You know, they have fruit dryers that they use for prunes and things. They can do what they do in Amarone in 3 months in just a week. So these guys have been experimenting with that. And with that, they also get less of a problem with rot. And you don't want rotten grapes. Some people like that volatile acidity, that little funk you get in Amarone. And I'm not saying I don't like old producers like Quintarelli, but sometimes too much of that can be off-putting in the wine. These wines squeaky clean, lovely floral aromas there, dried plum, cocoa spice, a little hint of green tea, dried meats, smoky notes also coming out as this wine opens up, but silky smooth on the tongue. One of the things I love about Amarone, you can drink them right when they're released, because when they dry the fruit, it polymerizes the tannins, it softens them and makes them much more agreeable. This wine's got a gorgeous fruit on the palate here, ripe and delicious, round succulent tannins and a bright fresh finish. You barely notice the 15.5% alcohol. Hoo-wah. Excellent juice. We get a great price on this one. It's $60. That's what we had to drink with our friends from Allegrini. I'm your host, Andrew Lampasoni, signing off for the Wine Watch, saying, remember, always drink the good stuff first.